Welcome back, guys. It's 45 News Utah, West Chase Media, WSN 45. Insanity Rule, a bunch of other stuff, Morningstar Times, all kinds of different platforms I have. I'd like to announce today that I have, let's see, Utah Fishing Adventures and Southern Utah Fishing. So I have two other domains and platforms that I set up. So I haven't actually started the domains and got the .coms going, but I don't know what happened here. Let's see, something happened on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that's the new news for the broadcast. Now, I'd like to get into Biden's new Build Back Better plan. One of the provisions in the Build Back Better plan is funding for local news. It's going to be the race to save the dinosaur dying, news networks. And that's in the Build Back Better plan. That is a part of the plan. Just so you guys do know, there is a provision included in that. It's going to be a lot of funding. Now, 45 News Utah has tons of potential. Potential is just through the roof. Literally, it's the 45th state in the union is Utah. We could be a local news outlet that covers local issues, but as far as local issues go, you have to have the ability to be on scene. You have to have the ability to be where the news is happening, and that's where the assets are not there to do that type of operation. It would take reporters in the field, actual journalists going out with a camera crew or somebody recording, and but we'd have to be on call. You'd have to be able to leave on a moment's notice and put stories together, set up the newsroom. Looks like I'm going to possibly have that here the next few days or weeks, so there'll be a place to meet and to go over news stories and possibly put together some local news along with WSN 45, West Chase Media, the other national news, which could be worked on that end too. So there's plenty of opportunity, but that would be the ultimate goal to get this set up, get the federal funding now, because they're going to throw bazillions of dollars into green energy and whatever. So if Build Back Better does pass, we have about probably a few weeks or months or whatever to get this together by January to actually get a local news station for Utah in, and then get the federal money to employ people. And what's going to do is pay a good portion of the wage of employees. So that is on the table. This is a major development for local news networks, and I want to have a network that covers local and state issues too. There's an entire branch under 45 News Utah that really could go that direction. And so a lot of people that think, well, we don't really need the news anymore. Well, you do need free press, and that's where if I was able to provide the funding or to find the partners that would partner with 45 News Utah, we could really make a good news network, one that was informative and actually non-biased. I mean, it would be for whatever side you're on. 45 News would be that facet where you just get the news. You just get local state. I watch KSL, and I go there and I just, when they say, this is a fake news, a threat to our democracy, fake news, a threat to our democracy, they're no longer in the in what we need to have as a facet for the information war. So this is a fight that we could all join in. It's going to take. Problem is everybody's working. My good friends that wanted to join me in 45 News Utah and West Chase Media, that we're all too busy. I mean, it's really, really hard to find that opportunity. But with funding, we could possibly find the reporters, people who want to be actual on the ground reporters, follow the news, follow the breaking news, listen for events, and and things that are happening, breaking, so they can actually be on the scene reporting on these events, so we can inform the public in our local community and our state community of things that are happening, and do articles and do stuff like that. But we have to have that type of funding. You got to find somebody, some organization, or the federal government's willing to step in and say, hey, employ some actual journalists. Let's get these journalists on the job. Let's get them out there in front of the camera. Let's get the equipment. But that's the deal with that. This is work in progress. We're just about at a year right now. 45 News Utah. I think I started this a year ago, and I don't expect huge things to happen overnight. Literally, I mean, people take 10 years to do this type of stuff. But I have to continue. I just got this feeling this is the way it has to go. GoFundMe doesn't do any good. Just seems like that's just not what people want to fund, is the free press. I really don't understand why you'd want to walk through the dark versus being follow a light, where you can actually get information on this that's going to affect you in the future. Anyway, so that's my take on this. Hopefully things get better in the next little while, and hopefully there is that incentive or the out. I just keep thinking there's going to be something somewhere. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to step forward, say, I have the funding. Let's get this going. And like-minded people that are willing to get in front of the camera, talk to people, and to move this forward. It's like Facebook, you have to pay, or Meta, you have to pay a bunch of money just to get it, people to watch your posts. But in a world of TikToks and Facebooks and Twitters and blah blah, organization is kind of being picked apart at the seams, which is the dinosaur media. But you still have people like the Joe Rogan Show, which is they're the rising stars. Rush Limbaugh passed away, and now we have other talk shows that come on that fill that gap, and we have the option of doing that. I mean, I do get everybody wants to start their own thing. I understand everybody wants to start their own YouTube channel. Everybody wants to start their own TikTok. Everybody wants, but your odds of actually succeeding in the future. We're talking about a 10-year plan, 10 maybe more. You're really not going to be there. You're going to continually try to make content and drag people into your little TikTok thing. It's just not going to work. So, those of you that may have this mindset, you have the initiative, you have the inspiration to do it. You just got to realize, without a name in an organization like 45 News Utah, WSN 45, Western States Outdoors, Utah Fishing, Utah, whatever, Southern Utah Fishing, Southern Utah, blah, blah, you're not going to get far in that sense. You can be a YouTube star and they end up, passing away. So that's part of the big spill today. The big cheese, the big, kahuna. This is it. We have to, those of you that have the ability to do this, that have the funding to do this, need to kind of think about this, because in reality, your name, your brand name, is what's going to sell. Your Joe Rogan made himself because of Joe Rogan. He built himself up as Joe Rogan Podcast. It's his name that he built on its own. But as far as newscasts and being able to have your own network of free press, a media company, I've got the names. Just gotta all the .coms and other stuff like that to kind of get the idea that I already have intellectual ownership in that sense on the different names. So .coms are worth $1 million. And anybody tells you any different, they're crazy. Because your .com, if it says that name and you have the .com, and you're using other platforms with that name, you're gonna be able to move that to your .com. It's not gonna be like Bob's.com, and you're talking about weather and the news, having a podcast, talking about global events and things like that interest the informed. So anyway, without further delay, so let's get into this new Quichapa or new Wawa water project and the Indian Peaks water project. They're calling it let's see, they're calling it something. They're calling it Oh, this computer is so slow. They're calling it PVWS, Pine Valley Water Supply Project. So we're going to drain the crap out of Indian Peaks and the Wawas, which are an ancient range of beautiful, rugged wildlands. And we're just going to suck it right into Cedar City so people put in their taps to move here by the bazillions to make this a metropolis area. We're going to capital. We got to make it better anyway, right? It's going to make the enrichment on the traffic, and it's just enriching. So that's the big thing. They're going to do 66 miles of a buried pipeline, 4.9 billion gallons of water from the remote valley in Beaver County. Yeah. So this is where Cedar City's outgrown itself. We're going to suck another valley dry, but Vegas is planning on doing it, sucking the areas dry. There'll be no future for these areas because they will literally have their water sources gone. They will destroy the groundwater, and I do believe my computer froze, guys. This might be the end of the early 2000s computer. I might have been hacked or destroyed. It's making some noises earlier. I'm not sure if it was due to yeah, she's froze. Anyway, so where do we go from here with the ancient technologies of 45 News Utah and the Dell computer that I have that's just bit the dust? And I mean dust, literally, because there's a lot of dust in here. So anyway, man, this sucks. Okay, sink it. So that Daunte Wright trial that was going on, that I watched the officer. I think his name's Daunte. Daunte something. Anyways, national news. Look over here. Don't look over there. I watched the video of the officer that shot that kid. He was resisting, fighting back, tried to jump the car to speed off. Entangled with the officers. She said, taser, taser, taser. She had her pistol out. She fired. She said, oh no, I killed him. I shot him. So that should be a manslaughter issue. She literally was yelling taser and accidentally shot a kid. So I don't know. It wasn't provoked, but it's going to be the national news, going to kind of take over all the other insanity that's happening. So I do think, I'm almost positive that my computer is hacked or dead. Man, this is getting interesting, guys. It's just sitting there, clicking off, trying to shut it off. I doubt this site hacked it. It was the Spectrum. You dirty Spectrum guys. Oh wait, it's shut down. Hey, we're in business. It got rid of the Spectrum's news. So, screens go black. Screens go black. I think I'm in trouble. Microsoft window popped up. And now we're back to blank. So, do we click and see if the computer's still live? I think we do. I think we try. I think we never give up. I think we don't ever stop. That's not how things get done. Fortune favors the bold. So we must go to the news networks and suffer through all of them. Anyway, thanks for watching 45 News Utah. This is going to be a quick video. I will try to do a news. I'll do a news video once I figure out my technical difficulties. But think about this proposal. And you guys have a great day. And I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.